Deborah Atkinson, and I am here and I'm going to demonstrate for you a little bit of interval training. I'm going to show you, thanks to my friend Dr. Anna Cabeca, I'm going to show you her 16-minute routine. 16, okay? So I will tell you, I just finished the Keto-Green 16 program, following the nutritional program, and I love it, all right? So I'll tell you a little backstory on an upcoming podcast, and you'll see that. But what I want to do is, I literally have the Bible right here, so I'm going to do a little cheating as I'm looking over here to know what's coming. I haven't had a chance to write it down, and I'm going to give you a little tutorial. So I want you to start marching with me. We're going to do this together. 16 minutes. You can do anything, 16 minutes, right? That's why we make the babies in this world. We can do that. I have tubing with handles. I have one pair of dumbbells that I can do a bent over row with. So I know it's going to get a little challenging and I won't be able to do it for a full minute. And I've got a mat up here, so I can either stand behind the mat, trying not to step on the dog. He's already in trouble. Can you believe it? So we're going to start with jumping. However, I don't love to start with jumping, so what I'm going to do is this. Look what I'm doing. My feet are not leaving the ground, and yet my center of gravity is going up and down. My arms are taking that jump rope, right? Air guitar, air rope around, and so it's raising my heart rate. If you prefer to do jumping jacks, you could, but what I would do is jumping jacks this way, and I actually think this is harder. You're feeling the work. I can actually raise to the balls of my feet if I want to, but I don't have to. So I want you to keep going. Drop those shoulders away from your ears. We do this one for a minute. So we want to elevate that heart rate. And if you bend, kind of just getting up, just getting going, you probably need it. Next thing up, so we're going to do a chest press kind of action. So we're going to go to major muscle groups in the upper body. We're going to do 1 minute of all of these things. So next comes push-ups. So if you can't do push-ups for some reason, which is trying to go to the wall and do a plank, just holding. So you're still working those muscles. Next will be marching in place. So we've got to be ready for what happens next. Are you still doing this? So you can be jumping. You can be doing that jump rope. Come down for 1 minute. Push-ups. Now, they have to be with great form. You may or may not be able to do them on your toes. And let me tell you something, I can't probably do a full minute. It's been a while since I've been doing strong, straight arm, toes, and hands. So if you've got shoulder issues, this is not your jam, right? So bodyweight exercises can be a challenge if you've got shoulder or elbow or wrist problems. So right, there are a lot of alternatives. So you may also be here. Better form than when you were on your toes, then this is where you want to be. Don't be where, okay, that's the hardest, so I think I need to do that. You need to do it the best, okay? Chest down and push. We're getting close. You got about 7 seconds. Remember what we're doing next? We're going to march in place and up. So careful, changing positions from here to here if you tend to get dizzy, right? So next up, what I tell you we're going to do, we're marching in place, but I want you to do this. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, knee. 1, 2, 3, knee. So we just made a march a little bit harder, and I want you to pump those arms. So you're not lollygagging. He's 12 and a half. We smell the roses, trust me, when we go for a walk. This is not your dog's walk, okay? Depending on your dog. And up. But it's yours. So you've got to be getting out of breath. I'm double checking over here my homework. We're going to do a minute of squats. I'm going to have you go wide to the side. And then we'll come back. And we're going for a walk again. How are we doing? You're almost there. So I want you to give me a little bit more effort. Effort. Come on. Walk. Feel that waist. Good. Squats. I like to go wide, and I come down, knees are over my heels, my toes are wiggling in my shoes, and up. So I want you to go slow, push high. Go slow, push up. Core is tight, and you're long. So all the flexion happens at your ankles, your knees, and your hips. Your chin is up, your chest is high. You're gonna lower and push, and lower and push. Now, if you wanted to make this harder, I could hold one of those dumbbells right here, not on my chest, but away from me, and push up. Good, and power. Good, it's that little bit of power at the top that increases the effort level. How are we doing? Your thighs are loving this. When I go wide, I'm also able to work the inner thigh a little more. Bonus, okay? Feeling good? Power up. Core is tight. You're doing great. So next up, we've got that. We've got to do that march in place. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do it here. And now I'm going to move my feet a little more. Are you ready? So I'm going to go like this. Backward, forward, forward, up. Tell me something. Be honest. If you feel like you're not working hard enough, we're going to change this march. Now, I know you may not march down the street like this, but if you need to, you're going to raise those knees up. Okay? Now be honest again. Still too easy? You're going here. But those hands are not 1980s aerobic queen, right? These are pushing hard, hard. Come on. Press, press. You got it. Good. You're doing great. Good. Your heart rate is up. We're going to do some bicep curls. Are you with me? You can do. If you don't have tubing, don't worry about it. Grab your weights. I'm going to take my tubing and do it as the plan suggests. Here's what I'm doing. It's underneath the arch of both feet. I'm going to squat, weight on my heels. Keep my elbows at my sides. Palms are up. Breathe. Okay? For a minute. Good. So right now in this position, I cannot see my watch. You're in trouble. Okay? So it's a minute, or what Deborah thinks is a minute. But I want you to keep those shoulders relaxed, elbows in at your sides. You're giving yourself a big hug. I could use one, right? How about you? Pull, palms are up. Your wrist is straight. This is arm work. This is sleeveless. And these major muscle groups, turn up your metabolism, okay? That's the key. How are we doing? I'm gonna sneak a peek down here. We're there, okay. We're gonna take that back out. You know what we have to do, right? We gotta do a little bit of movement. Jumping jacks, jumps, modified. You can do here. We come back to spinning this. Now, here's why this was a smart move by Dr. Anna. We're doing jump rope, and you can literally jump if you want to, okay? But we gotta spin that rope with the same arms that we just did, right? We just strength trained them. My arms are really like, I didn't really have this planned for myself today, right? Right? I wanted to just take a little break. But we made it more work because we pre-fatigued them. They're tired. That's a good thing. Your core should be tight. You can't help but have that be true. How are you doing? Good? So, keep going. I'm sneaking a peek over here at my cheat sheet. The Bible is over here. Tricep dips. We're gonna do those with a chair. I'm gonna use the floor, and I'm gonna show you how that works. But I also want you to be careful of shoulder and elbow issues when you do that. You could do a tricep press overhead and achieve the same thing. How are we doing? All right, drop this down to the floor. Be careful. Fingertips are pointed toward my feet. My palms are directly underneath my shoulders. I'm gonna lift my bum, start with my knees bent, and down and up. Push. Now, if I wanna work harder, I'm gonna elevate my hips higher, or I'm gonna put my feet further away, and then not like that nearly as much, right? Or you could lift one leg up. Make your core play a little bit more, but always, always remember this. What's my goal? Good conditioning, so I get reward with no risk. So if this is bothering your shoulders or your elbows, you're gonna stop. We're gonna find a different way to do it, and here's what I would suggest. You come right in here, you're doing a tricep exercise with that same weight. that you were doing your bicep curls with, all right? Or if you were using the tubing, you could also grab the tubing and come from the behind. Lots of options, but major muscle groups, back and forth, that's what we want. All right, so from the triceps, we're marching in place, okay? So let's assume, because I know you are, you're working hard. 1, 2, 3, seek the knees, keep the knees. If you need a walk, 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 touch, or walk, 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 knee, that works, okay? You cannot do this wrong. In the privacy of your own living room, my belief is it's all right. You do what feels good, but right now, I do want you to be thinking, I need to be breathless. I need to get breathless. That's what we want, because that's what helps you, not just now, but for hours afterward. Raise your metabolism. You pay your body back, and you pay it back by burning more fat. Can you hear me breathe? Between talking, right, those breaths happen. If that's not happening for you, talk to me, be nice. But you can count, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more set, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, shake that out. Nice job, all right. Coming up next, side lunges, oh, clever, right? So we're gonna go to the side and then alternate. So your body weight's in the center and we move it out. Notice what's happening. Straight leg, and this other outside leg is really in a squat position. I want you to set your weight back on your heels. So you're getting into your hips, your chin and chest are up. Don't lean over. You have to sit, right, in a church pew, in a chair, and you do forward fold, but from your hip to around that back. You look good. Now, clever move, and that was so smart. We just elevated the heart rate walking. Now we're elevating it still because these major muscle groups are playing, all right? Hang in here. Core's nice and tight. You've got this. Okay, I'm reading the Bible over here while I'm doing my lunges. Multitasking at its best. We're gonna do jumping jacks and overhead press. So here we go. We're gonna cut this short in just a bit, okay? And here's the reason. Deborah's gotta renew her automotive license plates. No, right? Life gets in the way of my workout sometimes. It's very irritating. All right, here we go. Hold, you can jump if you want to. You can keep them here. You can take them out and in. You can take them forward and back. You can do that scissor leg. You can fake them. You can say, no, 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 I don't want to do that. And a little of anything, here, is okay for most of us. It's when we do a lot, too much of it, that we get in trouble. So don't forget, life is high impact sometimes. We've got to leap over tall buildings every once in a while. So if you're feeling like, can't do that, you might be able to. All right, so from here, we're gonna do a minute of overhead press with a resistance band. And I'm gonna tell you something, I don't love overhead press. And here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take weights, okay? Or I'm gonna use that tubing, and overhead is hard with the long tubing, right? But here's what I want. I want you to keep those elbows inside so we're not putting strain. But if you go up and overhead and suddenly you arch your back, we've got a problem. Tuck that tailbone under. You're gonna push and come back. Push and come back. Relax your neck. Drop that chin in. Come on. Yes, you can. Bend your knees. That'll mean you have to press less tubing. Okay. So if you are 5'9" or so, I'm so sorry. All right, I am not. Here we go. You've got to press higher. Good. Relax, but if you're straining through your neck, you got to regroup and say, uh-oh, not for me. Good. I'm going to show you the difference. If you have a light set of weights, you're here, and you can go up and down. My preference is to alternate arms, a little safer, okay? Next up, how we doing? Got to do a march in place. We're going to do a bent over row, And shorten these last two just a little. So we're either marching in place, you're jumping in place, or you are dancing like a fool in your living room, and your dog is saying, what is she doing? Right? And that's okay. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, knee, and knee, knee, knee. For those of you that can or need to, you're gonna lift on that knee. Little hop, little hop. It's still walking. We're just alternating those legs. 1, 2, 3, knee, 1, 2, 3, and I'm hopping it. Good, and up, and up. Good job. Hang in there. You're doing great. All right, we're gonna do the bent over rows. Love these, one of my favorites. You're gonna come right down here, weight on your heels, tailbone out. So it's not this, please. Tailbone back, chest up, look down, and very slightly forward. Notice what I'm doing. Power on the way up, speed. Slower down, pull, and down, and pull, and down. Tuck that chin in, relax the neck, and I want you to give yourself a hug here too. So see how narrow my arms are? Don't let them wing out to the side. They may want to. Here it is again. Weights on my heels. My toes are light. Exhale. Nice. I'm going to shortchange you just a little bit. You're going to do one more. We're going to come down or up, depending. So we're going to do one more set. Right here, a quick one. We're going to end with a core exercise. Dr. Anna has crunching in there. I don't do crunches, but I'll show you how to do a safe set if you want to, okay? So here, we can just go side to side, or we're quick, quick, quick. You're almost at the end, so if you have this tendency, like, what? This is the last one, I can do anything, and you start to all of a sudden feel, oh, I'm so strong, I can do so much more. Yeah, you probably underestimated yourself, sister, when you did the earlier ones. So be careful not to do that next time. All right, good. Many of you, you know I don't love crunches because there's a risk with your lumbar spine. We don't have to do good crunches to do good core work, but I'm going to come down and show you. So if you're on the floor, either with a towel or with your mat, I want you to lift your head up. You're going to put your head in that mat and your arms are carrying it. So all I want you to be thinking about is bringing your ribs and hips closer together. You're doing a belly crunch and exhaling here. So we're going to keep the least amount of stress on that lumbar spine and keep the most. If you put a hand right here, and I know you don't have enough hands to do all of this, that should be tight. Please don't draw that navel to your spine. That weakens your core muscles. Doesn't do you any good for the goals that you have. And yes, I know what those goals are. Come on. And lift. Nice job. Up, up, up. Nice. And up. Nice. And this is the last one. You're going to roll to the side. Bring it up. You're coming from a lying position, so be careful. You're going to cool yourself down for 30 seconds. And there you have it. And that is all in the book. So if you don't have it, I'm going to link to it down below. I'll see you on the flip side.